Alright, welcome back to another training video for both VFA 195 and VFA 27. Today we're going to be going over carrier operations, carrier takeoffs, and carrier landings. Lots to take in today. This is one of the most important things that applies to your rearming, repairing, and refueling effectiveness. And that translates over to your combat effectiveness. So, the first thing we're going to do here, I'm with my buddy Skylar. Say hi, Skylar.
Howdy, how's it going?
And today we're going to be doing both landing and taking off from carriers. Alright. So first thing we're going to do during a battle, just as an informant, the carrier is in full control of the aircraft. He launches us on sorties, and once we're off the carrier, then that is when the two commanders of the VFAs take command over the squadrons. However, before that, Skylar is the one that will be commanding us.
Yes.
Alright. My call sign is Chippy11, so Chippy11 to tower, requesting permission to sortie.
Sir, Chippy11, you cleared sortie yet?
Roger, engine start. Which cat?
Cat 2 at this time.
Roger. Once our engines are up, we're going to go ahead and taxi to Cat 2. And we're going to stop it right there, right in front of this little panel here. Chippy11, go for green on flap checks.
Sir, Chippy11, having video for takeoff and landing. Have a good flight, and be careful. Salute.
Roger, salute. And there we go, P to launch off a catapult. Now that we're up in the air, once we reach Angels 1, all altitude restrictions are lifted. Angels 1 in meters is 300 meters. So once you reach that, and you're fully off. Okay, so now we're going to go over landing. So we're going to slow down here. We're going to put the throttle at 20% for now. Or sorry, 22. And we're going to request to land. So Chippy11 to tower, requesting permission to enter the holding pattern.
Sir, Chippy11, you're cleared to enter the holding pattern. Angels 0.5 to 200 knots.
Okay, so what he just said there, I'm going to explain that. Now, the holding pattern is pretty much a clockwise, what's called rotation around the carrier in which you're circling. He just told me that I'm allowed to enter as number 1. So, because I'm number 1, if there were more aircraft, and let's say my wingman was requesting to land as well, if I was number 1, he would be assigned number 2. Number 2 would just circle around the carrier with about 2 kilometers separation until he's now number 1, and that he only becomes number 1 after number 1 lands. And that is to avoid collisions, crashes, things like that. So we're going to remain around 200 knots, and we're going to dive down to Angels 0.5, which is 150. Now, because we are number 1, and because number 1 is the one that's currently landing, number 1 does not enter the holding pattern as in circling wise. So right now, I would have, if I was number 2, I would go around, but because I'm number 1, I'm going to initiate the next step of the landing process, which is the brake. So Chippy11 requesting permission to enter the brake.
Sir, Chippy11, you're cleared to enter the brake. Number 1.
Roger, so here, the brake, you have to be coming across parallel in the same direction as the carrier, and the brake is a what's called 360-degree turn right here, or sorry, a 180, in which you just turn and you're going the opposite way, parallel to the flight deck of the carrier. Same speed. We're going to gain our altitude back a little bit, make sure we're parallel to the flight deck. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to reduce speed to landing speed, which is what's called 150, or sorry, 140. Gear is going to go down, and the next turn is a 90-degree turn. This 90-degree turn, we have to call it out. We say Chippy11 in the 90, or that is relative to your call sign. So here's the 90-degree turn, and then you're going to continue it. Once you are here, you set your speed to 120, and then you say your call sign, in this case Chippy11 in the groove.
There to be anyone called ball.
And the carrier says called ball, depending on your aircraft. In this case, I'm a Hornet, so I say Hornet ball. And then we're clear to land. Now that we're at around 120.
Clear to land on Capital. You're clear to land on the wires tight and ready.
Roger. So we're going to come in, right on top of the deck here. Going to do an aggressive down pull and cut throttle completely. Hit the wires, pull up, and boom. Perfect landing. First wire landing right here by the tire marks, right in front of the wires. Alright, Chevy 1-1 ready for taxi.
To be 1-1 at the time you're going to be parking into 6 back.
Alright, so we're going to go to the Trello real quick, just to, as a reminder to remember what the 6-pack is. Now the 6-pack, right here, carrier line, is a diagram that can be found on the Trello. Carrier parking diagram. The 6-pack is this right here, right along this red line by cats 1 and 2. That is a 6-pack. That is where he instructed us to go taxi and park to, so that's where we're going to go. We're going to, first step to taxiing is clearing the flight deck for another aircraft that comes in. Once we're clear of the flight deck, we're going to taxi right here, right along this red line. Wait till this blue diamond shows up so we can park. And we're going to hit it, and there we go. Now we're parked, engine's off, and we're going to rearm, repair, refuel. He's going to send the quote-unquote deck out to repair me and refuel, as well as rearm. And that's all there is to it. There's the holding pattern, the brake, the 90, the groove, and then the landing. And then, of course, the taxi. And that's all there is for today's video. That is basic carrier landing training. During combat, things might be a little more hectic for the carrier, so you're going to have to know your place, know what you're doing. Once again, keeping your heads up, your eyes up is always just an important thing in overall combat. And stay safe. I'll see you guys in the skies. Until next time.